Hey now, it is Sunday, November 26th. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. We're back with Ned Hanlon. Uh, Very, I would say, underrated manager. I mean, you look at his managerial record, nothing stands out, to be honest, in terms of his record. He had a 1,313 wins, 164 losses, nothing that incredible, but he won 5 NL pennants as managers, including one as a player. He was manager of the very famous 1894 Baltimore Orioles, had a ton of Hall of Famers. So just looking at it by itself, it doesn't stand out. Now, he died in like 1937, didn't get into the Hall of Fame until 1996. But let's just talk about some of his accomplishments of what he did on the field. I mean, he was known now as the father of modern baseball. I mean, under his tutelage, they created the hit and run, the squeeze play, delayed steal, platooning, putting in a pitcher rotation, the Baltimore chop. I mean, spring training, infield fly rule. Those were all his pretty much inventions. So, I mean, the guy did a lot. I mean, what else he did is he pissed off Major League Baseball. He was one of the creators of the Federal League. And so eventually Major League Baseball bought out all the contracts. They sued in court for antitrust laws. And initially they won, but then they got an antitrust exemption, Major League Baseball, that still exists to this day. So everyone thought, and like when the Hall of Fame was created, he was a lock for a manager for the Hall of Fame, but it took him forever to get in, like 60 some years after his passing to get in. He was on the Hall of Fame honor roll if you consider that, but again, didn't get into the Hall of Fame to 1996. So that makes his autograph fairly rare. So when he gets in 1996, and we'll see this in a moment, couple of people were holding on to his autograph thinking he was get in, but it was a very tough autograph, obviously. And so what did people do? They rated the Hall of Fame. So we're going to take a look here in a moment at a couple of the autographs that we're going to see. Ron thinks there's about 20 of his autographs out there in the open market. I'd say a little bit more, although I would agree with that there's less than 20 autographs out there that are not stolen. So his autograph, as you'll see, is about a $5,000 to $10,000 range, depending on the medium. So without, I guess, any further ado, let's take a look at the autograph analysis of the father of modern baseball, though I guess Harry Wright gets that a call also. Ned Hanlon. So start sharing the screen here. I mean, we'll start with the PSA database. So again, we talked about this before. Anytime you see the word August Herman, this is the PSA database. I would say stolen, no matter what. But again, right here, Edward Hanlon. I mean, if we're looking at his autograph, if you're looking to buy one, I mean, I wouldn't say never buy a cut. There are like one or two cuts out there I'll show that I really think are good, have great provenance. But again, you're looking for a signed letter. And again, Ron talks about some forged cabinet cards. I've never seen a forged cabinet card. I went to look for one. I've seen an autograph that I don't think is real. We'll get to that. But again, he's usually signed Edward Hanlon. Once in a while, you're going to see him sign with just his initials, as we'll see in a minute here on contracts. But again, usually the H comes in like this. I mean, it's a beautiful signature, no hesitation. And the N just comes out. Again, signed at a nice plane, capital E, capital H. Looking right here again, capital E, capital H. The D, as you can see, I've seen it where the D connects to the H where it doesn't. Again, this is another letter. And you'll see the letter in a second right here. And the N again just sticks out like that. Now, again, right here, August Herman. There's like no doubt in my mind that this letter was stolen. Stolen. Is the autograph good? Absolutely. See how the D connects to the H, the N out with level plane, capital E, capital H. But again, I think this was stolen. I'm like willing to bet on it. This is the same letter right here. Again, there's only 4 examples. A lot of these are what was I going to say? These are close-ups of the same autograph. So there's only 4 autographs really here. This one's a little weird to me. I think it's good. It sticks out like this. It is on a level plane. I would like to see more of this autograph, to be honest, and know more about it. But I think it's good. I just can't. I've never seen this autograph, let's say, in the wild for sale. If it was offered to me like this, just what I'd see, I think it would pass authentication personally, unless I wouldn't buy it based on if money were nothing in the world to me. I'd say his autograph comes up to auction maybe once every 2 years. So again, that's enough for the PSA database. I want to go to some auctions. So let's start with this one. This one is a cut. It's sold. I've seen it sold a couple of times here. It's made its way in the circuit, but I think it's good. It has excellent provenance. It's from this Dr. John O'Meara, who had this great book of like all these rare autographs. I want to say there was a Jesse Burkett in this, had a Hanlon in it, like maybe even a Vic Harris. So it was pulled apart, and this was one of the album pages, and I have no doubt it's good. It has everything you want to see, the D connected to the H and everything. It's sold a couple times, like I said, sold for $7,700 here. Again, you're looking at his autograph. You're looking probably today, this would be closer, maybe up to 10,000, maybe a little bit less. For some reason, he doesn't get the credit he deserves, maybe because he wasn't a player. Again, some of these federal letters came out recently. And again, this is when it's time on the Parks and Squares board. And again, I think this was just, again, John O'Meara, we talked about before, another one here. So again, I think the letter is good. It's a beautiful letter. I think the autograph is good. This sold 2015 for $10,800. Again, about a $10,000 autograph, as we talked about. This is the signed contract. This contract has been, let's say, around for a while. There's two of these contracts, and this one I've seen. So, I mean, this contract's been offered quite a few times for around $7,500, and it wasn't selling. Sometimes it sells, sometimes it doesn't. You can see right here, no one bought this in 2016 for $7,500. I think whoever didn't buy it, you had the money. You passed up on a great deal. The last time I saw this contract sell, I think it sold for $20,000. So there's actually two versions of these contracts. That's one of them, and I am fortunate enough to have the other. It is a different version, but it is the same contract. It's you can see the E and the D into the H and a line. Leans. This contract is again another from 1887. This was in the family of the player where Ed Hanlon was signing this person up. It's an unexecuted contract. So this is definitely one of the more rare autographs in my collection. It's one of my favorites. It was a COVID pickup. I thought I got a good deal on it, and I had the money thanks to COVID, so I couldn't pass on it. So yes, I have Ned Hanlon in my collection. That's it right there. But let's go back to some other autographs of his. Again, this is a signed receipt from his time in the Federal League. I don't want to say these are stolen, but somehow a lot of these Federal League documents got out, including this one. This was sold, I want to say last year or 2 years ago. Like I said, it comes up. This was in a ledger that had Ed Hanlon in it and a couple others, and this sold for $12,000 through REA. This is one that, again, I don't remember when it was ever sold, but again, Peter Nash, which I don't want to get into, but it turns out that his will, which was stolen, was offered for sale once. I don't know where it is anymore. I don't know what it sold for, this and that. But yeah, you can buy his will. Is it stolen? Yes. But is it out there? Yes, as well. The family confirmed that they don't have a copy of it. It was never sold by the family. So again, I'm just looking for some other signed stuff to look at for Ned Hanlon. Again, another letter right here. This sold a while ago, but again, a nice letter with a return envelope. I think this is the same O'Meara letter this is a different letter maybe. But again, all from O'Meara. I think there was a couple letters in this collection. Maybe it is the same one we looked at. I don't know. Again, 7,500, what we talked about is what to look for. Again, this is from the Jack Smalling collection. We can go over this whole thing one day. This guy, Jack Smalling, sold like a whole huge lot of autographs, including Ned Hanlon for $180,000. Again, a lot of rare autographs in this. Pop Lloyd, Deacon White. Whole other day, we went to the stolen. But again, you can see it's stressed to August Herman. So 99.9% chance this letter was stolen. So again, I wouldn't want to own it whatsoever. Moving on right here. I mean, we talked about this one. Again, this is another one. We saw it at REA. Again, we see this one change hands a couple of times, 5,000, 7,000. This is another cut. I think the autograph here is good. Again, I think it's good. But the more issue is like, what's it from? I mean, just like, was it stolen? Was it cut? I guess it doesn't matter. I haven't seen this offered for sale in a really long time. Again, my guess is because of like the autographs are more valuable now. This is at least a $7,500 autograph for him today. So we're getting close to a lot of the ones done. Again, another Federal League document. Someone got a good deal, in my opinion, on this. This was sold for $5,500 in 2019. I think, again, it's a little bit impaired. I'm sure it's a good autograph. I mean, there's no question about it. It has everything right about it. So, and again, I want to show you one more, and that is a fake autograph of Ned Hanlon. And this one, I think it was offered by Jim Stinson. I really think it was. And not that Jim was the best, but it looks nothing like an Ed Hanlon. It had some kind of provenance that this major collector once owned it, but it looks nothing like you want to see. It's very choppy. It's not smooth. I don't know what this little thing is right here. The D doesn't connect to the H. The N doesn't flare out. It's bouncy. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of this autograph at all. So that's quite a few Ned Hanlon autographs. I don't think there's another one out there that we haven't looked at. So if there is, wow. There's no signed baseballs or anything like that. So don't even look for those. But we're moving on from Ned Hanlon to a really boring autograph, William Harridge. I may shoot it tonight. I may not. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button and keep collecting.